roller furler time. So first what we do is we cut the foil to length. So the instructions say pin to pin measurement on your forestay minus 17 inches. We're having custom sails made. They're already made. The sail maker recommended, because he installs them all the time, add an extra 2 inches so that nothing gets bound up at the top. So 19 inches less than the overall pin to pin puts us at 30 feet 1 inch. And hacksaw. Now I gotta put the rest of the stuff together. Next step, take this line, the halyard. One side has this piece of metal on it. So apparently opposite that side, which is this side, goes up in this hole. And right there, not sure if you can see it, yep, see it right there, is where that comes through, and it needs to come up and then out this side. Let's see if I can do that without setting anything on fire. Alright, so I finally got that in there. So when you cut a line like this, you usually use heat to seal off the end so it doesn't fray. And that melted portion was too big for the hole, so I actually just kind of chewed on it or crushed it down with my teeth to make it flat enough to get through that hole. And now I've got to get it to make a sharp right turn over this guy right here and out the other side. I'll let you know how I wind up doing that, possibly just blowing through it. Alright, lucky enough I didn't, it just kind of up and overed by itself. Pushing this up like a wet noodle through that hole, it just kind of got limp and went out the other side. So on to the next step. Alright, so now that we have this is the side. Right here is the side that has the feeder, which guesses this is what's going to pull that up. And then all the way over here, this end, this is the part that's decored. So there's no core in this below this metal piece. It needs to go right in this hole. That needs to go in this and then all the way back up there. But that needs a messenger line tied to it after it's in there, so we'll go ahead and put that in now. Alright, so here's the metal piece, this is the decord line. Now that's in there. And now we can attach this guy to here. Alright, so this piece, you gotta loosen this screw up. Put that on over the end, tighten that back up, on to the next step. So this is the decord part, and you need a messenger line or something tied to this, the length of the luff, in order to raise the sail. Well, when you rebuild an old sailboat, you have lots of that lying around. So this goes all the way down there, and should be perfect for what we need for raising the sail. Once the sail is raised, this gets tied off to the swivel, and that's your permanent tightness. Should work out just fine. This will go into storage for if you need to lower the sail. Alright, next step. Take this off. So here's your swage end, there's your turnbuckle. Take this swage end and feed it right down the center hole here. All the way down there. Let's see what happens. So I'm not sure if anybody from CDI will ever watch this, but this part right here is not very clear what to do with this little guy, because I do have a 5/16 turnbuckle. So I'm just going to assume that this goes in like that, and that goes through it. Now if that's wrong, well, you need better instructions, or a picture, or something. Alright, so there's a gap right here where this guy's gonna be. And in order to take up that slack, I'll put these guys right here. Right, boom, right there, yeah. So that makes much smarter space control. Well, that part is at least okay in the directions, but still, I guess now that's gonna come up through here, and that is, I guess, to keep it, I don't know. We'll see. It definitely takes another set of hands to put those screws in that because this turns. So orientation wise with the strap, I'm thinking that on the boat, that's the way the strap goes, so that's the way the feed comes out. There's the bearing in there, and I'm going to go ahead and guess that this is why I need the bushing. So I think it's this one, that small one, that one's bigger, that's definitely a no, that's a yes, okay. Well, hopefully that's the way it goes, because instructions again are not clear at all. Instructions aren't really clear again, so looking at the diagram, it looks like this pin goes forward, opposite side of the sail feed track. So we slide this all together, this coming out the bottom, and then we attach the drum. Let's see if that works. So sail feed, pin, this looks exactly like the diagram, then the drum feeds this way for the furler. Now we've got to slide the drum on here and attach it. Alright, now I can see the threads now. Perfect. Okay, good to know. This guy right here, this pin, which supports this and keeps it off of that, allows this to slide up so that you can tension your forestay with this attached. And then when you slide it all back together, you drop this back in and it supports this. Good to know. Not really clear in the instructions. Okay, so we are now reattached the forestay and strap this booger down for transport. So I love using this stuff right here because it's easy on, easy off, no sticky stuff, and it keeps the foil straight. All the way down here, still good. And in order to avoid this from bending and kinking, I've got to support this at the end when I put it back up there. I'll figure out a way to kind of tie it up or something. Maybe a line from the mast there, kind of putting a positive bow in it. Still unsure about the perfection of this assembly, but everything I can figure out seems to be right. And obviously when we go to put it back up there and then stand it up, we'll readjust everything anyway, so it's good enough for now. Yeah.